Death has fascinated humanity for centuries. Is it the end or just the beginning of something else? Across cultures and religions, people believe in different afterlife possibilities: reincarnation, heaven, hell, or even nothingness. But what if your actions, thoughts, and choices in this life directly shape what happens next? What if your death isn't just an exit, but a transition into another existence shaped by who you were and what you did? Think about it for a moment. Every single person who has ever lived has faced or will face death. It's the most universal human experience, yet it remains shrouded in mystery. Ancient civilizations built entire belief systems around it. Modern science tries to understand it, and countless individuals have reported extraordinary experiences when they've come close to it. But what's most intriguing is how our current lives might be intricately connected to what happens after we take our final breath. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Scientists have discovered that consciousness doesn't immediately cease at the moment of death. Studies of near-death experiences have shown that the brain remains active for several minutes after clinical death, creating a unique state of awareness that thousands of people have reported experiencing. These individuals often describe similar patterns: a feeling of peace, seeing a bright light, encountering deceased loved ones, and experiencing a life review. But what's particularly fascinating is how these experiences often lead to profound transformations in those who return to tell their tales. Many who have had near-death experiences report that, during their life review, they not only remembered their actions but actually experienced how their actions affected others, feeling both the joy and the pain they caused. This suggests that our current actions might have implications that extend beyond our physical existence. It's as if the universe has a built-in system of experiential learning that transcends death itself. Ancient wisdom traditions have long held similar views. In Buddhist philosophy, the concept of karma suggests that our actions in this life create imprints that shape our future experiences, both in this life and beyond. It's not simply about good deeds bringing rewards and bad deeds bringing punishment. It's more nuanced. Every thought, action, and intention creates patterns in our consciousness that influence our future experiences. Think of it like programming code. We're constantly writing the script for our future experiences through our present choices. Many indigenous cultures share a similar understanding, viewing death not as an end but as a transition. The Native American tradition, for instance, sees life as a continuous circle where death is simply a doorway to another form of existence. They believe that how we live, how we treat others, and how we honor our connections to the natural world all influence our journey after death. This perspective suggests that our current life is like a preparation phase, teaching us lessons that will carry forward into whatever comes next. Modern physics has inadvertently added another layer to this discussion. Quantum mechanics suggests that consciousness might play a fundamental role in the universe's functioning. The observer effect, where the mere act of observing can influence quantum events, hints at a deeper connection between consciousness and reality than we previously imagined. Some scientists have proposed that consciousness might be more like a fundamental field that our brains tune into, rather than something produced by our brains. If this is true, it opens up fascinating possibilities about what happens to our consciousness after physical death. What's particularly interesting is how this connects to the concept of life reviews reported in near-death experiences. If consciousness is indeed fundamental to the universe, then our experiences, memories, and actions might be permanently encoded in the fabric of reality itself. This would mean that nothing we do is ever truly lost. Every action, thought, and choice becomes part of an eternal record that shapes not just our current existence, but whatever form of existence follows. let's explore something even more intriguing: the idea that our current life might be specifically designed to help us learn and grow in ways that prepare us for what comes next. Think about how our most challenging experiences often lead to our greatest growth. Those moments of difficulty, those obstacles we overcome, those hard-learned lessons. What if they're not random? What if they're carefully crafted experiences designed to help our consciousness evolve? Research into past life memories, particularly in young children, has revealed some fascinating patterns. Dr. Ian Stevenson spent over 40 years at the University of Virginia documenting over 3,000 cases of children who seem to remember previous lives. What's particularly interesting is how often these memories corresponded with ways of death in the previous life and birthmarks or birth defects in the current life. This suggests a possible connection between physical and metaphysical experiences across different lives. Consider also the patterns we see in life itself. Nature is full of cycles. Birth, death, and rebirth happen constantly at every level, from cells to seasons to stars. Everything in the universe appears to be in a constant state of transformation. Why would human consciousness be any different? Perhaps death is not an end, but a transformation, a shift from one state of being to another, carrying forward the essence of what we've learned and experienced. Modern consciousness research has revealed that our thoughts and experiences literally shape our brains through neuroplasticity. Every time we learn something new, face a challenge, or make a decision, we're physically rewiring our brains. This biological fact might be mirroring a larger metaphysical truth, that our experiences are constantly shaping our consciousness in ways that persist beyond physical death. But what does this mean for how we should live our current lives? If our actions and experiences truly shape what comes next, it suggests that every moment matters. Every interaction with another person, every choice we make, every challenge we face or avoid, all of these might be creating patterns that will influence our future existence. It's not about accumulating good karma or avoiding bad karma. It's about developing awareness, understanding, and wisdom through our experiences. Consider the common threads that run through various spiritual traditions' teachings about preparing for death. They often emphasize the importance of living with awareness, developing compassion, learning from our experiences, and understanding the interconnected nature of all things. These teachings might be more than just moral guidelines. They might be practical instructions for preparing consciousness for its next phase of existence. The way we handle relationships might be particularly significant. Near-death experiences consistently emphasize the importance of love and connections. People who have had these experiences often report that during their life review, the most significant moments weren't their greatest achievements or biggest failures, but rather the moments of connection, kindness, or missed opportunities for showing love to others. This suggests that our interactions with others might be creating patterns in consciousness that persist beyond death. Recent studies in quantum biology have shown how quantum processes play a role in biological systems, from photosynthesis to bird navigation. This raises interesting questions about consciousness and its relationship to both the physical and quantum realms. If our consciousness operates at quantum levels, it might explain how information and experiences could be preserved and carried forward beyond physical death. What's particularly fascinating is how these various perspectives, ancient wisdom, modern science, near-death experiences, and philosophical insights, all seem to point toward similar conclusions. They suggest that consciousness is more fundamental than we've assumed, that our experiences create patterns that persist beyond death, and that how we live our current life significantly influences what comes next. This doesn't mean we should live in constant anxiety about how our actions might affect our next life. Instead, it suggests approaching life with awareness and intentionality, understanding that every moment is an opportunity for growth and learning. It's about recognizing that our current experiences might be precisely what our consciousness needs for its next phase of evolution. As we wrap up this exploration, consider this. What if death isn't something that happens to us, but rather something we actively participate in? What if our current life is creating the conditions for our next experience of existence? This perspective transforms death from something to fear into a natural transition that we can prepare for through how we live each day. The mystery of death might never be fully solved while we're in physical form, but understanding these connections between our current life and what might come next can transform how we live. It suggests that every moment is precious, not just for its immediate effects, but for its role in shaping whatever lies beyond our final breath.